So it's going to look something like this. Back, through, back, through, back, through. This is what you're saying in your mind. Back, through, back, through, back, through. To hit the middle of the club, positively banging into the skirting board. That felt the same. Another one, that felt the same, that felt the same, that felt the same. Get used to that positivity of a stroke now hitting the ball out of the center. How it feels in your hands now, a positive hit with a don't care attitude. Remember, there's no hole here. We're getting used to this new process, changing the grip a little bit, a concept now with your body of what needs to be still, and that becomes a primary focus. Hi everyone, Murdoch here, hope you're well. Now in this video I want to address the YIPS, and we can do this indoors. Now it's helped a client of mine really overcome some short putt problems. This exact drill that I'll show you is what we did together. And it's a nice starting point without the pressure of a hole and making putts. It gets the mind into the right thought process that I believe is needed as a starting basis for getting over this problem. Hope you enjoy. We've got to take that first big distraction away, the golf hole, the result. We've got to then focus on a routine that puts you back in control. A routine whereas a golfer can control the stroke only and not get emotionally attached to the result, which is making that putt. So the hole is taken away. We then immediately put the focus back onto what we control as a golfer, and that is controlling the stroke. And almost robot-like, no emotions, metronome type consistency, back and forth. So before we even hit a golf ball here, I want you to set up, and we're going to do change number 2. Change number 1 being there's no golf hole. Change number 2 is the grip. We've got to eliminate the possibility of the fast twitch muscles reacting. We've got to stabilize the hands on the club. So this will be changing the grip that you're currently using for nearly all of you. All right. Now, for you guys watching, you'll be familiar, many of you, with Bernard Langer's issues he had. Before the long putter, I want us to use the grip he used for success when he had the left hand below the right. But it was a clamp. He was holding the club like this. So I want you, for a right-handed golfer out there, I want you to put the left hand lower than the right. I want you to grip it, forming a brace here. Now, this is important because we're going to eliminate the wrists. Then place your right hand on, but squeeze with the thumb. Put a little bit of pressure there because it forces the mind to focus on some discomfort. A little bit of a pressure there, and then obviously the forefinger here on the left hand can do a job of being down the handle. So that alone is clamping the possibilities of any wrist movement. Now, before we hit a ball, I want you to stand in this position where the ball position will be forward of the center slightly, so the majority of your body, your head, your left ear is level with the ball, and your head slightly behind. Now, when we make a stroke, I want you to feel the stability coming in the knees. I want you to imagine from the knees down, you're stuck in cement. No movement like this. Well, let's lock them. There's no need for any movement in the knees. So let's lock them. So imagine now that you're stuck in cement from the knees down. This will stabilize the whole body. You've got the hands stabilizing the club in this new grip. Now you're thinking of the knees firm. All you can do now is gently rock the shoulders back and through. Do this several times now, because I want you to develop a new rhythm to your stroke based on a metronome, a tick-tock, back, through, back, through, back, through. I want you to do it several times so you can feel a pattern, a cloning effect happening where it feels identical each time. So you're developing a mind process, a mental process where you're starting with locking the knees. That's a physical reaction. along with that grip. All I'm thinking now is the process of back through, back through, back through, till it feels identical. This is now getting your mind into what you can control as a golfer. That cloned production line putting stroke, back through, back through, back through. That's your goal. Repeating that 5 times, 10 times, 100 times, it feels identical. We don't care about anything else. It's that process. Now, so you've done enough to feel that rhythm, that movement. You're locked into the process of the grip. You're locking the knees in cement here. You're stuck in cement. Now you're thinking of that rhythm. Back through. I want you to hit it. Hit the ball into the skirting board here, because all you're doing now is copying that routine to get the center of the putter. That back through, back through, back through. Here we are. So it's going to look something like this. Back through, back through, back through. This is what you're saying in your mind. Back through, back through, back through. To hit the middle of the club, positively banging into the skirting board. That felt the same. Another one. That felt the same. That felt the same. That felt the same. That felt the same. Back. Until they're feeling identical. Get used to that positivity of a stroke now hitting the ball out of the center. How it feels in your hands now. A positive hit with a don't care attitude. Remember, there's no hole here. We're getting used to this new process, changing the grip a little bit, a concept now with your body of what needs to be still, and that becomes a primary focus. You're becoming a robot, if you like. I like that saying a lot, because you can only control the process. We want it repeating. So, lock the knees, back through, back through, back through. Get used to hitting the ball out of the center, banging it into the skirting board positively, not dribbling it. Back through, back through. Until you've felt like you've done several in a row, minimum 10, I'm going to say, where you feel like they're all identical, all positive tick-tock type strokes. Something that you can easily recall again, that rhythm, that feeling of contact out the middle, because that's your goal. That's your goal. So when you've got a hole, when you're now on the green and you're on a practice hole, I want you to lay it down a putter length away, 3 feet. And your goal now is that process, hitting to bounce out. Bang, just hit the hole. Don't have to make it. Your goal is disciplining yourself to keep that process going, not the outcome. The outcome will happen hitting the hole and making these putts, hitting the putt on the line you choose if you stick with that routine. That's the important bit. So indoors, while the weather's poor, find a spot of a nice bit of carpet with a skirting board that I've got here and try this. Let me know how you get on. Because I believe that the process has to start without the distraction of the outcome. The bit that scared you in the first place and caused the twitch was the result, making these. So let's go right back to the beginning. Make these changes. Tell me how you get on. Thumbs up if you like the video. Like and subscribe. Comments are welcome down below. Thanks for watching. Take care.